A Trisket, a Trasket, a motherfucking flower making basket. Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome back. If you can't tell, I'm in a chipper mood because I ventured out today. I braved the new world and I got myself a haircut. As a matter of fact, I got them all cut. So yeah, I feel good about that. It had been about a year. I don't know the exact date. It's hard to dial in on these things, but it's been about a year. I feel good about it. I feel clean. Although there are a lot of extra hairs in my ears, I probably should shower. Just to have a man's fingers, hi everybody, run all scaredy cuts. Yeah, it's the place to go. It's the place to go for the modern pandemic man. Scaredy cuts. It's right next to kid groomers. It's where kids get more than a haircut. They get memories for life. Welcome to the show, everybody. Nobody likes onions. My name is Patrick. A couple things before we get rolling today. I have to let you know that you're going to notice some things on the stream, okay, besides the haircut. And it's not just CGI. The woman just told me, you look sick. What's wrong? Probably scurvy and several other diseases. I have this issue here. It's so dry in Las Vegas that if I put contact lenses in with about a half a day. Now, if you know me and know the history of me and contact lens, fantastic Sam's, get cut. Go get cut. If you know me, you know that I put contact lenses in and just sleep with them for weeks on end until I have to peel them from my eyeballs and generate a whole new layer of eye cells. Get LASIK already. I'm scared of that. I'm scared of lasers. We don't really know how it works yet. You know, just because Tiger Woods got it, we're supposed to all trust. Get a job. Get a family. Get a life. Get a garage. Get a set of tools. Get a particular set of skills. Liam Neeson. So yeah, so I can't go more than half a day without whatever's in these lenses. And I got these AccuView Oasis. These are supposed to be nice ones. I didn't stick with those cheap Hubble ones that all the kids are doing now through the mail order bride system. I don't do the Hubble stuff. I only do the good brand name Oasis, and I paid for them. And I got them, and but it feels like sponges. They feel like they get on my eyeball, they suck up the liquid, and it really makes for a bad dance in my eyeball. But I leave them in anyway, and then I'll sit here, you know, with like a vent blowing on me, and it's just drying out my eyeballs. So if you see like, you know, my eyes sticking together, it's because I've really had enough of this, and I should go swap it out. Now, we are going to have, let's get some plugs out of the way. We are going to have an after show today. Stay tuned. I have something very, very good for the after show today. I don't even want to brag about it until we go through it. And then we'll plug it on future overdose plugs on regular shows. But if you're not in the overdose, stick around today. You're going to want to see the after show stuff. We have something no one else has. I guarantee it. You know, because just odds, just numbers. We got something no one else has, and definitely something that no one else like. And it's too late to take it. I should stop talking because he'll try to remove it before we cover it. But we have it. It's pulled. It's on my drives. It's synced. And if you haven't joined the over, will someone be popping in? No. I think it's better than that. We're going to get away from the Black Pedro stuff today. We're not doing any Black Pedro other than the video for the song we played before the show. If you heard, it's gonna go bad. My new Black Pedro mix that'll be dropping on YouTube and SoundCloud later tonight. Look for links to that. I'd love to get plays. Listen to it in your car. I was talking to Chris Waldeck the other day, financial entrepreneur extraordinaire and advisor to the Scars. He likes to put that on. He likes to put that on and really bang it in the car. the Black Pedro, it's going to go bad mix. So if you haven't heard that, maybe we'll play that on the break today before we go into the Overdose show. But yeah, enjoying the Overdose. You have until March 1st. The price is going up March 1st. I'm raising this to $13 a month, including no more bushy beard. No, it's clear. I couldn't. I was getting so fed up with it, frankly. Like the hair in my mouth and stuff when I slept. Thanks for the subs. Thanks for the clubs. So yeah, thank you very much. $13 a month. Ha 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 ha. That's what it's going to. You think it's a joke? Fucking watch it. March 1st, it goes up. And I've been warning you guys about this for long enough. Okay? So I don't want to hear about it. It's happening and it goes up soon. If you lock in the rate, you're good. You're good. We're going to talk about all this stuff, guys. I don't want to get distracted by the chat. Don't make me do this stuff. Let me get through it. But join the Overdose. NobodyLikesUndies.com/overdose. We got new stuff up there. Over 7 hours in the past week. I think I got Savage AF rundowns. If you haven't dived into the deep end of the pool, that is, what's past tense for dive? Dove? Divin? If you failed to divin in to the deep end of the pool that is Black Pedro, you're really, really missing out. Imagine Patrick not getting distracted. I don't know if it's possible. What with the shiny new haircut and the weed. But Pedro's brilliant for one main reason. This is like a dumb guy who's trying to talk about smart things. And I've always said this, like the most dangerous dummies are the ones who think they know things they don't, but like in a very specific field. It's very weird, these guys. So like Pedro, like downloaded Robinhood, put, what your grandma sends you for your birthday, like $100 bill into Robinhood. And now he's a financial advisor telling you what to do, telling you what to put up in your stuff. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So it's a real fun watch. We've watched 2 or 3 of these things. Those are on the Overdose. We get into a 2-hour discussion. Moody's got a quote in the chat. If this happened every day for the next 5 years, I think he said 10 to be fair, Moody. I don't know. I'm not sure. We should dive in how compounding interest works. But yeah, he thought he'd be rich. He happened to get Robinhood. And again, if you see me wiping, it's just I'm tearing up because how when your eyes are drying out, you'll get if you don't watch it when you're sleeping, you know what I mean? You'll get crust around your eyes. That's what all literally happened to me while I'm sitting here talking to you people. I'm alive and my body is almost trying to die while it sits here. I've got to really turn it around. The haircut was the real start of me trying to get my life on track. It'll never happen. I'm 41 too. The grays have started to come in. I was telling my hairdresser today, and I went to a platinum stylist. I went to this real coochie type of place that I've never been to before. And it's mostly women, and it's a lot of older women and a lot of younger women who I think they're older women or want to be older women because they're all dying. They're all getting their hair that platinum silver gray that girls thought was hot because porn stars did it 6 years ago. Enough with that, ladies. Nobody wants to see long gray hair. It's fucking weird. Also on the Overdose, Josh Denny exclusives. Maybe more of that coming up later tonight. You won't believe what we have for you tonight on the Overdose. It's going to be great. And Race Wars, a 2-hour, in-depth, real discussion about race with our buddy Moody, who's continued to shove his views down my throat, trying to make me a more woke and better person. And 2 hours of me resisting it like a child resisting Brussels sprouts. Why is it called a hairdresser? I don't know. You know what? I can't even hit my Seinfeld. I don't know why I don't have my sound effects here. I don't know why my volume's not up. This says it's up, but clearly none of that stuff is working. So I don't know. We're on real thin ice here tonight, and I doubt I have anything that could be played that would be remotely appropriate for that. But yeah, isn't it funny that we cook bacon and we bake cookies? Okay. I'd never actually heard that one before, and that is making more and more a better point the longer I think about it. The point is, to all this, Jesus fucking Christ, join the overdose. Can't wait for the NLO Locals account so we can all collaborate and make content together. It'll never happen. Stay away from me. By the way, speaking of great content, join join the overdose. Why is that flecky now? Go to nobodylikesthings.com/store. New stuff, new hats, new beanies, new light hoodie, all with a limited edition version of the logo called Winter Fresh. So pick that up now. Overdose Overdose members save 15%. Also, if you subscribe on Twitch tonight only, we will be giving away some NVMe drives at the end of the night. Stick around to see who wins these babies. Can't wait to fucking power up your iPad with a couple of those. I did get it. I'll tell you this. I broke down. I treated myself. I had a good week. First of all, we've got a lot to discuss that we haven't discussed since I've been gone with the move and the break and everything. And we haven't really got into a lot of it. So this is kind of the first regular show back where we're going to kind of talk about shit besides just watching idiots do stuff. I'm locked in for the long haul. Don't get it twisted. I don't like this stuff at all. This stuff. 5 megabyte NVMe drives for free. Come on. When are the mystery boxes shipping? This week. I had to get bigger boxes. I want to get rid of shit. So I'll be packing those up. About half of them are packed. I got a few more to pack, and then we'll get them out. And then if you want one of those, I'll probably ship them out every week, every 2 weeks, somewhere in that. So they won't ship as fast as the other merch. But either way, go pick up some of the new merch. I bet on the Buccaneers, a hell of a fucking Super Bowl. I won I won my big bets. I didn't win most of my bets at all. I lost most of the bets, but the big bets I won, and they were mostly go Bucks type bets. And they did it at home. Brady, come on. Finally didn't let me down. Had a good game. Rode the recent Dogecoin rally. We'll talk about that later. Initiated by none other than Elon Musk. We'll talk about that stuff. And then I treated myself. I went out and bought the new iPad Air. I had to study up because I hadn't had an iPad in so long, and I didn't know which model to get. So I was just I just want the regular iPad. I've had the Pro. I didn't like the Pro. Too big for me. I've had the Mini. I've had a regular. And the Air apparently is newer than the regular. I'm sure, look, they come out with new ones all the time, but I got the Air because this has the same chip as the new iPhone and also the new design style, also USB-C, which I liked. And it also works with the new version of the iPad Pencil. Now, I don't know how this works or what you do with it. I haven't had one in a long time. Matter of fact, I can't even figure out how to charge it. I don't think it's on. But I bought all the accessories, stands, cables. So as soon as there's a new, what are the hottest new games? How long until he notices we're just staring at clothes? Oh, fuck. It really hurts. It really, really hurts when you guys don't call things out that I need to fix in a nice way. You know what I mean? There's a nice, friendly way to do it. So you guys didn't see the whole iPad. What if I don't even have an iPad? I didn't even show it off. I was showing it off because it has such cool new style lines. Oh, now look at that anti-aliasing. Now, are you guys seeing that? Is that doing it like that on your end? Look how ugly that is. Woo. Ooh. Can that be remedied with any expediency? Jeebus Crimbus. Holy hell. I am sorry for that. You shouldn't be able to grate cheese on an image. Did that do that? Or is that better? It's not doing it now. That's a fake iPad. It won't boot up. Look. I don't even know how to turn this on. Oh, it's got Touch ID up at the top now, which is crazy. It's a fake iPad. Yeah. I will tell you this. The minute I got it home, I go, I don't know why I got this. I think I got to figure out how to get I'm going to put I bought a cable for it, so we'll figure it out. I bought a cable so we can get the iPad shared to you. And I think that'll be a better way to navigate when I want to show videos and stuff. I can do them on the iPad. Get rid of all these screens around me like I'm in the goddamn Matrix. I'm too surrounded by screens for a man of my age. These things could fall on me, crush me, and that'll be the fucking end of it. If you can't tell yet, the theme of today's show is going to be mental illness. Oh, God, man. I really am. I think I'm having some sort of can you call it a midlife crisis if you're 41 and you think you'll live to 52? Just today's. Yeah, I just man, the more I watch everything. Now, if you know anything about me and social media, pretending to be drunk, who's drinking? I don't participate really in it. I'll tell you this. Every post I make, every fucking post I make on social media, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, it all pains me somewhere in my soul. Because inevitably, I can't just go on there to post something. I will catch, even if I'm trying not to, I will catch a glimpse of somebody else's shit. And like it or not, it will rain down hell on my day. And so, I try to keep away from it. I don't post personal things. And I certainly don't get involved in Have you seen these threads where people are just imagine fucking arguing? I'm sorry, but some of you really need to chickity check your goddamn selves. Imagine sitting for hours. The trick is to wear extended wear contact lenses is to use crazy glue to seal. What about Gorilla Glue, huh? Keep up with the memes. I don't know what's happening, but I think it's happened so quickly that I've said this before, I get it, our animal brains can't keep up with technology. But it's not even just technology. I think it's just data. I think it's just inputs. I mostly follow cute animal accounts. All day good vibes in my Insta stream. And I think that's the way to do it. Obviously turn off the goddamn lights. The problem is everybody now, it feels like they have a right. You know what happened is not enough people get fucking chin checked anymore. We've all turned into goddamn pussies where nobody just gets popped. Now, it's never been easier than now to say something to someone from the fucking really far away with no repercussions whatsoever. Do it anonymously if you want to. And that's insane. Our brains aren't made for that. When your brain reads an insult or hears an insult about yourself, you make a fist. You're supposed to hunt down a man and murder his family on a wagon trail. That's what we're made to do. But you can't do that anymore. What with all the Get Out films now. So you got to really ball that stuff inside. And I think imagine just like all this fucking information come at you and you trying to like process it. You can't handle it. And everybody's dumb and everybody's lying. How dumb is everybody? Did you know this? Did you know everybody's so dumb? I was trying to talk to Moody about this the other day, and Moody just texted me. He's so smug, this guy. You know this guy? Gums backwards. He's like, I'm smart. I'm smart. And I'm just like, nobody's smart all the time about everything. And he's like, oh yeah. Good point. Because it's true. You can't be on your game all the time. You're not good at something. Guaranteed. And someone will come for you in the night. And your children. Probably. I think they do it on purpose. I think they want us fighting. You know what bugs me is the people who think that like rooting for one side or the other is like solving anything. And this goes for both of you. Because we haven't been back. We haven't really talked about the election. We haven't really talked about the inauguration. We haven't really talked about the storming of the Capitol, storming Daniels. So, you know, I don't really know what to say that hasn't already been said by everybody who's fucking talked about it, but I find it very weird when people like think about the world that we live in. Think about the world we live in. We live in a world where like facts have just been like there's no facts anymore, and like also people have never been more sure that they know facts. Right? So like break that down, right? You know what I mean? Like there are no facts anymore. Let's go back to the inauguration of Donald J. Trump in 2017, right? This is like the biggest inauguration ever. Trump said they posted photos that made it look full of shit. The other side said it was fucking empty. No one was there and posted photos where it looked empty. It's like, what's real? What's the fact? You don't know, and neither do I. And by the way, I guarantee you, some of you are screaming at the screen right now, there was nobody there. It was the biggest ever. Of course we know. We don't know. You don't know. There's no facts anymore. Fuck you. Donald Trump is saying the election was stolen. There was no evidence of any kind of trickery going on with that election. It's like, what? I mean, first of all, even if there's not any trickery, there's definitely evidence of trickery. Like, goddamn. Like, all it takes for evidence of trickery is like something erased. There's definitely evidence of trickery. But we're also sure, you know. Here's all I do know. Is you thinking that you know what's going on makes you look like a fucking idiot. And maybe you should follow cat pictures all day long. Let me tell you, that's probably the answer. I have nothing against you, man. Keep your head down and trudge along and stay out of it. That's what I want to do, you know, with the few years I have left. Just ride it out. But at some point, like, I'm running out of people to talk to when everyone is fucking insane. Like, I do this and ask somebody, by the way, I'm not a Trump fan. I've said this for about a year and a half, that the guy is so fucking embarrassing and he's got to go. It's one of the most embarrassing things that's ever happened. It's also like done. It was done. You know what I mean? What's done is done. We know Trump. We know who he is. If he did the same thing for 4 more years, it wouldn't like tarnish America's legacy anymore. He's already fucking ruined it. Like he's done this is a sunk cost. The Donald J. Trump blemish on American history. Okay? So enough about it. The attendees to his inauguration were the largest people in terms of the circumference of persons. That might be true. I don't know. But I bet you'd find a Biden supporter who would argue like, no. So, like, look, man, I just like... And I see this, like, the way we're going is, here's why it affects me, and the only reason I give a fuck about all this stuff. You'll see me sitting here getting baited. Moody baits me into talking about race like I bait him into talking about solar roads back in the day. We got to find a new thing to bait you with, Moody. Solar roads aren't doing it anymore. But I'll say this. The only reason I care about all the race stuff or all the gender horse shit, or the gay marriage stuff, or the what. Like, I don't really care about any of that stuff. I'm all for anybody to do anything. I've never fucking wavered on that. Do whatever you want to do. Be happy. The problem is when we start like just changing the definition of things and like manipulating truths, where it becomes real fucking sketchy for me. So it's like, let's take this recent thing with the Mandalorian chick. I don't watch Star Wars. I'm not a nerd. But I heard about this story, right? Gina Coratado gets fired. She played Baby Yoda on Mandalorian, okay? She does the voice like Nancy Cartwright on Bort Simpson. She gets fired from the Mandalorian for this tweet that goes up about how you shouldn't blindly hate your neighbor. You know, that's kind of how the Nazis got the ball rolling, turning neighbor on neighbor, and you probably shouldn't do that today, because there is a thing today. There is a thing today where it's just like what's nuts is like, imagine thinking, if you voted for Trump, and everybody's seen one of these posts. Everybody's seen one of these posts. Imagine thinking this for real in your actual brain. If you voted for Trump, get off my page. Unfriend me. Don't ever fucking talk to me again. Family members, friends for the life, turning their back on each other, not able to have a civil discussion because their emotions, because their cognitive dissonance, whatever you want to fucking call it, blowing up in their brains. They're unable to have a discussion. They're unable to be in a room, to be friends with, associate with someone with an opinion different than their opinion. This is new. This is new in the past 10 years. It is a result of being able to filter your results. It is a result of being able to customize your order. It is a result of being able to have it in 2 hours where it's free from Amazon. We are so used to creating a bespoke bubble world that we think that carries over to like other human beings. Imagine saying to someone, like, if you voted for Trump, never talk to me again. Family members, you're saying this to. Are you okay? Are you out of your mind? People used to be able to vote for different people and deal with it. What's also nuts is that it's pretty close. 85 million, 75 million. What's the score? I don't know. But the point is, it's pretty close. I just need to bait him on how to apply my OD savings on the store without derailing content conversations or being yelled at for being an idiot. It happens automatically. If you're an Overdose member, you'll get the cheaper prices will show up automatically. They should look weird. Like if you're buying a hat and you're not an Overdose member, it'll be like $29.95. I think if you're buying it and you are an Overdose member, it'll be $25.62 or some weird number. Also know this, Moody, that'll ship, that you don't have to wait for that to come from the U.S. No matter where you are, Europe, Asia, Australia, Oceania, as they like to call it. That'll ship local. Don't worry about it. Patsy Malosi? What? Well, it's dumb, right? Like, it's dumb. Like, imagine literally, because what you're saying is, one, you're an emotional juvenile. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have the ability to talk to people with different opinions. It also shows a closed-mindedness, which in general shows a lack of intelligence, willingness to expand your thoughts. How dare anyone enter the arena of your preconceived notions and challenge you? Moody posted that for me because your automod is a Nazi. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what's going on. We got to adjust that if somebody figures out how to log in. But it's like, man, you really need to learn to live with people, especially when like the group that you're like writing off is half of the people in the country. These people, like, I don't know who it is who think like, how could you vote for Biden? How could you vote for Trump? It's like, I don't know, man. They did. Half of them did. You okay? Like, what are we going to really have? We're going to go, like, you won't be happy. These motherfuckers won't be happy until there's like segregated water fountains again. It's like, how does no one see that we're heading in the wrong direction? How does nobody see this? And if you call it out or try to talk about it, you're automatically slapped down as racist, you know, in the middle of a time where everybody wants to really talk about race and get to the bottom of it. So, no, you don't. No, you don't. Let's get back to your laziness. No. It's just insane. And look, and I hear all the arguments of it. When Baby Yoda girl got fired, you know, I hear all the arguments. Disney's a private company. They can fire anybody they want to. 100%. I do agree with that. What I don't agree with is whether we should. I don't agree with everyone getting upset. Fake outrage. I don't like that. Because you're too dumb. You know, you have too narrow of a mind to understand that they will come for you. It is going to happen to you. This doesn't fucking stop. And everybody's standing around cheering while they literally legislate away the First Amendment. They're going to do it to the Second Amendment. Don't be surprised if they do it to the Third, Fourth, and Fifth. I don't know how they could do the Fifth. The point is, I don't have a solution. You know, I don't know what to do. I don't want to run for office or be fucking anybody of a crusader. But I find it very weird when, like, literally go read that fucking woman's tweet. It's like at the beginning of World War II, the Nazis actually didn't round up Jews. They had neighbors turn each other in, turn neighbors on neighbors, made neighbors hate neighbors. In that case, for racial identity. Today, it's political identity, political affiliation. You know, like, oh, your neighbor has a Trump flag. We don't talk to that guy. We don't do things with that guy. Fuck that guy. He's a Trump supporter. I don't need him in my life. Piss on his lawn. What? What has this guy ever done to you? By the way, he's in your community. Shouldn't you try to make nice? Vote for Melton, District 14 comptroller. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a weird thing to encourage hate. It's a weird thing to sit around while Biden's like, we're going to prioritize, you know, black businesses. It's like forcing racial identity and political identity down people's throat is fucking insane. Legislating by it, you know, deciding contracts by it, by race. Like, hello? Like, we've done this all before. It doesn't go well. Talk about fascism. You know, what a weird, this pendulum just swings back and forth, back and forth. The censorship, the rules, the shutting down. You know, this used to be the right. This used to be the church, you know, started this shit. This is insane. And you're all sitting around clapping. I don't want to, you know, it's not a big thing, but you all need to fucking like wake up. You know, use common sense. If you don't like something, you don't need to make a rule to have it shut down. You know, that only works out for you right now because the party you like is in control. What happens when it flips and the laws used to censor you or shut you down because the government is different now? And what you believe isn't allowed to be discussed. It's fucking insane. It's fucking insane. And you should be ashamed of yourselves for even thinking that way. You're allowed to disagree with people. You're not allowed to shut them up in this country. It's fucking weird, man, to like encourage that. And 10 years ago, I was talking about this on the show. I've always talked about free speech and really advocated for it. But, you know, we're one of the few countries that has it. And you're all just sitting around clapping while it's just stripped away. Get it together, man. You're allowed to fucking be offended. Shut up. I do agree with Disney. They have the right to cancel her thing. The thing I argue about is when a million stories get run calling that tweet abhorrent or, you know, unacceptable, tasteless, It's literally this. This is the tweet, and I'm paraphrasing, but just to give you the gist. It doesn't talk about a political party. It doesn't even mention a modern political name. It says, when the Nazis began, they used neighbors to turn neighbors on neighbors and round up and turn in Jews. That's how it began. That's how the whole thing began. And so it's probably not good to now blindly hate your neighbors for a political reason. Like, it's basically what it said. In what way is that abhorrent? What are you talking about? Like, I can't even, like, I'm willing to fucking discuss things with you, but you can't just like pull out absolute horse shit and use it. Okay? We all good? Can I lay out for you what I think the future holds? Would you guys like to hear what I think the future of the world holds? I still see in our lifetimes, and you know, this is accelerating, so who fucking knows? One or two ways this goes. Number one, we all just go back to normal. We're all satiated by the kitten videos and our ability to have skincare items and food delivered to our doors 6 days a week on demand. Get rides and premium cars, take sick private flights for less, and live stellar lives. Just distracted. Sure. That is one way we could go. Everything could calm the fuck back down. Or this gets worse. I ask you this, and I really want you to answer me. Do you think things are better or worse than they were 5 years ago? 10, it's easy. 5 is what I'm asking. Do you think they were better 10 years ago? We never talked about race as much as we do now. We never talked about gender as much as we do now. And it's never been more divided. I saw a thing today that said they want men to start sitting down to pee. To be in solidarity with transgendered men who can't stand and pee. What? I just don't know. Look, I'm not saying that shouldn't be on the list of things we need to get to as a society. I'm just arguing that maybe it should be below getting the vaccine distributed, handling the homeless problem, getting Tesla licensed to self-drive all over the country first. What do we... Fuck, man. But that's what you see. You think problems that we think... should have been solved. Patrick, Rush Limbaugh just passed away. Give it a few days before you go for his job. Oh, yeah, man.
And it's going to go bad.
I don't want his job. I get real nihilistic. That was pointed out to me in the Moody show, I think. Because I picture riot police. I picture, cops in the streets, curfews. Everything is done, in the name of safety, in the name of an emergency. Things are being right. Yeah, and I don't keep up, but I can't. There might be more to it. You see right wingers getting tweets pulled down, and they're labeled as this tweet can't be liked, shared, or retweeted because it may incite violence. So it's now they use that. Now they'll just have that for a reason to censor people. You can't say that, it might incite violence. It's what the fuck? We're so we're so weird, right? I picture things going backwards. I was talking about this the other night. I picture us getting on every dystopian futuristic movie is it somehow works on a credit system. It's gonna be like that where you're gonna have to basically collect credits, earn credits, work for credits. This might be Bitcoin. Who knows? And the government will dole it out to you. bandwidth will be super expensive and we went from capped bandwidth to unlimited bandwidth, unlimited minutes, all this stuff on your phones. It's going to go back to counting minutes, counting kilobits, counting bandwidth. You're going to have to really decide what article you want to read. You're going to have to really decide, because information is going to be costly. What is he talking about? This is the future. This is the weird world I see. Everyone even acting more irrational, stabbing you for your coins, like Sonic the Hedgehog. They punch you, they get your coins. I don't know how it works. Just nothing means anything anymore. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I don't know if I'm doing well. I've lost the ability to tell if I'm doing well. What I do know is I'm surrounded by fucking idiots. Like some of the biggest, dumbest behavior I've ever seen in my life. You know. And by the way, the people who are acting, I don't even want to get into it. There's a story that I do want to tell you about an idiot, but I can't. Because I'm not going to fall for it. I'm not going to dive into it. Overdose members will be protected in the Citadel. Fuck yeah. If it becomes a Bitcoin society, we're all moving to booties. Moody's. Not booties. Moody's. I'd like to cheer up everybody before we dive in. This is too much. Guys, where is Donda? Remember this Kanye album? I thought about this the other day. Whatever happened to this? He was supposed to release this album, Donda with Child. Remember Kanye's mother, Donda West? She got killed by a plastic surgeon trying to have her stomach stapled or something. And Kanye wrote an album last year called Donda with Child. Donda, Kanye's mother, with child, Kanye. Again, about him. Shocker. He announced he was going to release this album. I don't know what month it was. I forget what month it was. This was supposed to be, April, May, June, somewhere in there, July. The day before this album comes out, in one of the best moves I think I've ever fucking seen, of retribution, Taylor Swift drops a surprise album the night before his album's supposed to come out on Spotify. Reviews go up, early reviews of this album. Perfect. People love it. It's a perfect album. Amazing. Her best work. She just keeps getting better. And guess what? Kanye cancels Donda with Child. No release. He says it'll be released later. Now remember, at this point, Kanye is hiding up in Wyoming. He's in the mountains. At this time, we don't know it. He's away from Kim. He's away from his family. Who knows? They're estranged. They're having issues. Little did we know, he's up in Wyoming in the mountains having gay butt sex, allegedly, with Jeffree Star.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Up in the Wyoming mountains, writing a song. He pulled a full, who are those guys who go up into the album, go up into the mountains, go up into the album, record a mountain? Who was it? Deep Dark Twisted Fantasy album. And he put out with the I'm up in the woods, I'm out on my mind. Remember that song? Who was that? Who was no, they were hot shit in 2010. Look them up. You know who I'm talking about. They went up into the woods and recorded an album on their own. Regardless, it's been 8 months, 9 months, no Donda, no release. No one's even talking about it anymore. No, it had a weird name. Yeah, like so you say Bon Iver, Bon Iver. Yeah, that was the ones. He pulled a Bon Iver. You know, going up into the woods trying to record a secret album. He said before he put this out that it would be the most important work of his life, like the best music of his life. Like he said this. This is like so hyped up. And now rumor is coming out from one of his boys, Lil Feta, which is a cheese. He's saying it's scrapped, that he's deleted it, that there's no copies of it even left. He's going to start it over. He's going to record the album. You're telling me, Kanye, okay, in the midst of, by the way, this is all in the middle of you running for president, having a breakdown about your mom almost aborting you, you know, which drives you out into the woods of Wyoming, where you record an album while you're having gay butt sex, allegedly. You know, with Jeffree Star. Weird as fuck. Cheating on Kim, recording an album, living a life. Psychotic breakdowns, off your meds, Donda with child. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening anymore. But I'll tell you this. How is there not a leak of that album? Somebody has it. How is this thing supposed to come out on Spotify Friday? You know, Thursday night, Taylor releases an album. He cancels it. It doesn't come out. Don't you have to put it into the Spotify supply chain before then? Was it uploaded to Spotify? Or does he have it like that, where you can just call Spotify up, get him on the phone, be like, I got a new album to drop. Can you have it on the site in 10 minutes? And Spotify's like, sure, you're Kanye. Kanye also said he half finished an album in collaboration with the Mars Volta, which, if real, would be amazing. How many of this? Didn't he also say he's putting out Christian albums moving forward? Well, yeah, I mean, you had the Jeezy and the Yeezy and the Jesus Easy. Yeah, when you go arc Kanye's entire career, there's one theme overall to the whole thing, and it is religious mania. Like, this dude has always been obsessed with God and not being aborted. He loves, you know, shoes, clothes that look like they were manufactured on Tatooine, and man boys, apparently. Like, but it was such a perfect, like, I love, and I don't listen to Taylor Swift's music, Godspeed to her, and I wish her all the best. But you can't tell me, after running for president, cheating on your wife, having an abortion meltdown, God is king. Yeah, all his shit is so weird. And what's sad is he has some good music, but, it's all just, you got to wade through a lot of shit to try to find something to listen to with this guy. It's frightening. And now, I wonder, like, is he alone? Is Kim there with him, just feeding him his meds out of a Pez dispenser? Just petting his shaved head, wrapping one of his bland khaki burlap scarves from his latest line. It's just like, have you ever seen a guy like fizzle out more? It's just like, this guy was unstoppable. I can't wait till Jay-Z wakes up and starts like a rap battle with him. Thanks for the follow. That means more to me than it does to you. Have you used Netflix lately? I have. Have you used Hulu lately? Who? You? Hulu redid its navigation over the holidays, and I don't watch a lot of Hulu, so I haven't really been in it. But I don't know what platform you're on. I've tried this both on Xbox and on Apple TV. Hulu's redone its interface. It's clunkier than ever. Netflix has figured it out. Why are we still negotiating how to do things that we know how to do? I don't understand it. We figured out a way to look at box cover art for shows. There's no boxes anymore, but that's what it's called. We figured out a way to have previews and navigate titles. Not Hulu. Here comes Hulu with a brand new way to do things that you've never thought about. How about hitting a button and then having it react a second and a half later? Like that show? Too late. It's already scrolled off your screen. Hi, we're Hulu. We actually make less the more you watch. Good luck. They want you to spend all their time in the settings section. It's clunky. And hard to watch. I'll tell you what I do want to watch. We are going to do on an Overdose show coming up very soon is dive into the 1,000-Pound Sisters saga. And if you don't have TLC or the TLC app, get access, because the 1,000-Pound Sisters are none other than our good friends that we've been following on this show for Baker's dozen of years, Amy and Tammy Slayton. They are now on TLC. They are picking up steam. They're getting fans. First Tommy, now this. We get people picked up. Now, what I'd like to do is start a prank where I start dating Amy. JK. But 1,000-Pound Sisters, you've got to watch it. It's crazy. Hulu's app has sucked for months. Yeah, they redid it. Mine over Christmas is when I noticed it. And I every time I go in there, I get so enraged. Imagine me trying to fire up the Britney Spears documentary everyone's talking about. I want to come too. I fire that up. It takes an hour to get my scroll to stop on it. I push play. It always says we're gathering what's new. I don't find that cute, Hulu. Please wait while we gather what's new. Amazon Prime Video app UI is awful. At least it's responsive. I do find it a little sparse, but at least it's responsive. You want to know what the worst app by a major company is? And this will go over a lot of people's heads. A, because you're not in America. And B, even if you are, you might not live in an area where you've ever used this. Amazon Prime Now. The Prime Now app. Not Amazon Prime. Prime Now. This is where you get something delivered in 2 hours. You only have this if you're in a city near people. Kanye would have not been able to have condoms and lube delivered in 2 hours from Amazon Prime out in Wyoming. But, LA had this, New York had this, Vegas has this. I imagine other medium-sized cities have this now, pretty widespread, where you can get stuff in 2 hours from Whole Foods or Amazon. You need an HDMI cable and some deodorant. We got you. That app, I don't know who builds it. The Prime Now app, it's the orange one with the clock. It's not in the Amazon app. The Amazon app, pretty well built. The Prime Now app, garbage. I don't know who built it. There's no way to it's the clunkiest shit. You know what I mean? If you order something in the morning, and Walmart's app does a great one about this. I'm all about Walmart pickup life. I love to order things from Walmart now. You drive up there, you pop your trunk, they put it in your trunk, you leave. That's called pivoting in a pandemic. They figured it out and they did it. Okay? No, none of these other fucking companies. I got a 10% off a rug at Lowe's the other day for screaming like a maniac. The guy was like, we don't have enough people. Sorry, it's the pandemic. I go, no. You don't get to say the pandemic in fucking January of 2021. The pandemic hit a year ago. You're Lowe's. You should have figured this out by now. We didn't schedule enough people because the pandemic. No one's responding to my calls because the pandemic. Sounds like Branch because the pandemic. Get a hold of yourself. I scream in place. I don't put up with anything anymore. You call it old. You call it whatever you want. But this is part of it. They're making me hate my neighbor. You know what it is, though? No. Anyone deserves one fair chance. You're a nice person. You're a chill man. You're cool. Thanks for the sub. Steady Eddie. I'll treat you cool. You want to be an asshole and just come at me out of nowhere, super hot? Patrick, why are you yelling at minimum wage workers at Lowe's? First of all, I'll have you know I yelled at the manager. I'm not limited to just yelling at the minimum wage employees. And why do you yell? To get the discount. You should see how many free sprinkles I get at Dairy Queen when I yell about my Blizzard not being upside down right thick. You'd be surprised. They'll come at you horde with sprinkles rewards. I would have if I had an ice cream shop, I don't know where I get these thoughts. If I had an ice cream shop, I would have a rewards card, but instead of stamping it or like a hole punch, and I'm sorry again for the secretions of my eyes, but it's been very challenging of a time for me. I would, instead of hole punches or stamps, every time you came in, I would just take one sprinkle and just mash it in that square. You wouldn't fucking even understand. Male Karen? Yeah, that's true. You know what? I had never thought about that, but that's actually probably true. It's probably the best description I could have of somebody like me. Now that I got my hair cut, I'm not scared to yell at people. They'll know I have more money. They can tell it's a quality cut, and that I care about how I comb it. But yeah, I'm a male Karen. Maybe that's what it is. I never thought about that, but you're right. At some point, though, you know, what happened where we all just pivoted to, like, you know, in my day, and I didn't want to have to do this. We were having a nice fucking time, okay? I didn't want to have to tell you a story about how it was when I grew up. But in my day, you respected people who were older than you. You respected people who were like customers or waiting on you, serving you in a store. It was just a nice, cordial. That has gone out the window. Your waitress doesn't owe you shit. You are in the way of her updating her Insta. You are in the way of her ticking her talk. And by the way, she expects the tip. It's part of her salary. She's already factored it in to what she's making today. So when you come down with a real hammer of reality, or as I like to call it, justice, and don't tip her what, you know, a good tip should be, or, you know, God forbid, don't tip her at all, they lose their mind, you know. All I did was ignore you and not do what you asked. Why didn't I get a good... And lose their minds over it. And somehow we, like, pivoted from, like, whatever the arc of, like, service went down, while the expectation of tipping went up. So it's like, now I don't have to serve you well. I can be an absolute piece of neglectful shit. And you best tip me. Like, no. And all these apps, I'll tell you this. You want to know a power move that I've done? If your app makes me pre-tip before, there's one of them that does this. Postmates. So Uber Eats will let you tip, and then you can adjust the tip after the order. That's fine. Postmates, I don't think does this. They want you to fire off the tip. A lot of these, they want you to put the tip on ahead of time. It's like a tip used to be additional for outstanding service, you know? A thank you for doing a job well done, even. How can I give it to you ahead of time? What, just because you're on some weird credit card system that charges you more for microtransactions and you don't want to lump them, you want to lump them together as one to have less charges? Please get off my jock. Maybe servers are rude in Vegas. They are hardwired to be nice in the South. That is not fucking true. It's dead everywhere. We talked about this stuff, me, Chef, and Johnny B back in the day. Service is shit. Vegas, it's pretty good because they want tips. They actually want high tips here. So I would say it's probably higher than average in Vegas. In the South. Please. You still got pie shots in sundown counties that chase off blacks when they try to order pies. Gratuity. Yeah, you know what gratuitous means? That's enough. Now, did you know Twitch is showing me what you guys are watching? I had no idea of this, but when you go into your Twitch control panel, I stay out of it because I'm not really into channels or growth. But when you go into Twitch, it says like people who watch your channel also watch, and like it gives me all these insights to this data about maybe like how I should tweak my show to be more, in line with what the kids watch. And it's all, I can't believe, like, some of you are watching a lot of, like, anime and, like, weird, like, I had no idea how, and I'll call out the comics in town. Both Kool-Aid and Adam Dominguez, I believe, both of these guys are simps to the max. I never knew that I knew actual people who pay for, like, OnlyFans and all that shit. You know what I mean? Like who's doing that? Like who pays for porn? What? That's insane, dude. When I was 500 pounds, I never paid for porn. First of all, who can reach a dick? But they show me what you guys are watching. And I don't know if it's like, I don't know if they're negging me or trying to get in my head about it. But that's what they're doing. Twitch is like absolutely like showing me just a list of what you guys are watching. And I couldn't be less thrilled about it. It's a lot of weird shit. And anime people, I don't get you. There's something wrong, man. And I know. I'm not saying it's not art. I'm not saying it's not hard. I'm not saying there's not some art to it. But you are wired weird. When I was a young ward, no. I'm telling you, think about everybody you know. If you're not into anime, this only applies to you. If you're into anime, sit this one out. But if you're not into anime, think about people you know that are into anime, and you know that they had like their own table at lunch in school. Like they were weird. These were the guys. It was like the people with like the Jinko jeans in the 90s. These were the kids that had the Looney Tunes shirts where they would dress like rappers with gold chains. Anime. Oh man, did you even know? Trump's gone, and all we do is talk about him. I watched that. It's funny because I was kind of tuned out the day that Rustler jeans. That's the Walmart brand. Don't get it twisted, because they do get twisted. The seams aren't right. I didn't know about the insurrection, as it were. The day it was happening, and people from outside of the country were like texting me, like, "Oh shit, it's popping off," and I'm like, "What?" They're into Dragon Ball Z and swords, probably. I wouldn't know. But they have this, the storming of the Capitol. Here's why it's funny to me, and don't get me wrong, I don't want it to be. First of all, going after Trump for inciting that is retarded. You're being intellectually dishonest if you think there was any coordinated attempt by Trump to like overrun the Capitol. You're a fucking moron. And you're like, Patrick, that's a little strong. Why would you say that? It's like, because there wasn't. Like, and I'll ask you for your proof of it, and you'll be like, he said we got to fight. That's not proof. Shut up. No president ever said we're going to fight before. Like, fuck off. I can't even, like, if people aren't going to be intellectually honest in the argument, I can't even do it. So they just wasted it. And by the way, Americans are still waiting on payments. I love all these fucking people who voted for Biden. He's like, day one, I'm going to sign things that get you money and do all this stuff. None of this stuff has happened. None of this stuff is going to happen. It's not like, it's just so fucked. Like, this is the point. They're all fucked, man. Like, no one's on your side, dummies. This is what I told you all along. You think, like, back when Obama was, supposed to be the hope and change for everybody. Like, who's sitting around waiting on the president to save them? Get the fuck over yourself. We gotta get a new president because I can't even. It's like, what? What did you? I would like to know what you didn't do over the last 4 years because of Trump. I was gonna open a bakery. I had a dream to get a dog. I was gonna finally get my pilot's license. But then Trump. What? It's enough. Enough. You're acting so cringe. Go Biden. What? Stop being into all of them. You're into Trump? Really? He seems fucking weird. You're into Biden? Didn't he ask what he was signing the other day? While he signed executive order. What's this now? Stop waiting for a rescue boat and fucking learn how to open coconuts. Okay? You've been on this island for a while, castaway. Get out your skates. Oh, my Lord. But we don't even have health insurance. Bash it out, Wilson. Grow up. What is everyone doing? Why is Trump even still talked about? I haven't heard peep one. Boo from Trump. The last 4 years were tremendous nonstop entertainment. Yeah. I mean, they were. It's embarrassing to watch the news now, like try to figure it out. Like, oh my God, we had one hit show and we canceled everything else. And now that show's off air, so we have a lot of dead air. Like, cool. Great. This is super, super, super cool and great. Cancel, race. All right. I just like it. Like, if you watch TV, man, it's never been worse. Can you imagine people having opinions, Patrick, on every issue? Yeah. But this is what I was talking about, though, you Moody. And, first of all, I'll be damned if I'm going to sit and let somebody with the username anagrammed Doomsday tell me what's what. I'm too high. But there's no facts anymore. Like, the reason we can't even have a civil discussion anymore is because we'll just argue about facts. Like, and you tell me, you pick a topic and I'll give you an example. What, the environment? We can't agree whether or not it's getting hotter. We can't agree. That seems like it should be solvable. Right? Doesn't it? Like, agreeing on facts seems like it should be solvable. But that's the alternative facts, fake news, all this. Like, but that's real. That's real. And like, brilliant, actually. Like, the best way to get you to not know what to fucking believe is just for everyone to say everything, which is why it's insane to try to shut anyone up. It's like, I'd be less worried about trying to stop Donald Trump from running again than asking myself what's wrong with me if Donald Trump could even come close to beating me in an election. That's what you really should be asking. I don't like all this, like, hey, we're going to rig the rules so that the outcome we like is what comes to fruition. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, hey, we didn't like when Trump was president, so we need to make a rule that makes it where he can't be president again. It's like, how about if we want him to be president again and we elect him? That's allowed. Fuck you. Because I'm pretty sure that's what's in the Constitution. Not that this podcaster wants Trump in there again, but it's like, what are we doing? Like, we're literally like undoing the Constitution and like clapping about it. And it's literally because like people are too dumb to understand that just because you're on the winning side now, you don't think that this comes around to bite you in the ass. Again, I don't have all the answers for it, but it's sad to fucking watch people just clap, while the Constitution gets eroded. It's fucking bananas, Meanwhile, no Donda. Come on. Come on, man. Let's talk about the stock market. I didn't do the GameStop thing, man. I wasn't going to fall for that. Did anybody do it? Did anybody get in on the GameStop stuff? People lost their ass. There's no good way to do that, I could have got on around $80 and I thought that was too risky. And it went up to almost 500. Not me. I'm not really into investing in, like, you want to get it to somebody who will invest in memes, you need to call Steve Curran over. That's your man. He's super into memes and doing nothing. And by the way, you will look, if you interact with him, I'm warning you. This is like a disclaimer you have to give somebody when you give away a rabid dog. He will bite you. He will bark a lot, and you won't be able to tell what he wants or what he's saying. Most of the time, he'll be wrong, but don't bother correcting him. It doesn't matter, I had an incident with him the other day where he was like, he's been doing this thing lately. You guys know Curran, Proud Boy Extraordinaire, which is officially Curran. Technically, is a terrorist. He can't travel to Canada because he's a Proud Boy. Third degree, he'll be proud to let you know. Proud of your boy. The other day, he's like, he's been doing this a lot lately, and he's always done this, but like now that like the Proud Boys got like the write-ups in People magazine for the Yodas. He's been doing this a lot, but he got I guess like when all the shit went down with Parler, he got on Telegram, and he's just been like talking about Telegram. And then like the other day, I got a push notification on Telegram. I hadn't gotten a message on Telegram in forever, and I hit it, and it had to like reinstall it. You ever get that on your iPhone where you'll like tap an app and you haven't used it in so long, so it goes like, hold on, we got to re-download this app because you never use it. Because like I have Signal and Telegram, and this is what people, in my past, some shady people have wanted to use. And I get on there, and then Curran messages me like, welcome to Telegram. I'll be your guide. And it's just like, you just ignore it because it's just Curran being an idiot. And then he just like keeps it up, So I say, like, hey, Curran, I've been on Telegram since 2017. I'm going to need you to back off. And he just like, he loses it. It's the funniest thing ever. I don't have the message in front of me, but you can look it up. He's just like, whatever, fat boy, you just joined. Can't hide from the grams. He goes, I've been doing it, and I got so many. And he sends me like, he lost his mind. You should have seen it. It's just like, you know what I mean? He sends me like links to like meme groups he started on Telegram. Let me tell you how dumb I am. I don't even know you could have groups on Telegram. I don't like, who uses Telegram? You know what I mean? Like psychopaths. I use Telegram to like message, like an alternative text program. So Curran sends me like a list of like 3 groups where he's posted thousands of hours of meme content and just goes, I run shit here. What have you ever created? And then called me a liar that I joined Telegram in 2017. Just like exploded, you know what I mean? Out of nowhere. And it's like, this is the kind of guy, like imagine, Moody, just being so brazenly. Do you remember the conversation? One of the last times Curran was ever on the show and will ever be, was with Roy. Roy was on the phone, and like Curran like was off on his own conversation, being right about something and making us look so stupid. We of course had no idea what he was talking about because we were in like an actual like adult, coherent conversation. And he's because he drinks, mainlines Bush Light all day. So he spirals off into some like thing where it's just like, and he's laughing like hysterically because he's burning Roy and I so bad. It's like, no one knows what you're talking about. And he's just like, you got so good. It's just like, oh my God. It's like, what do you do again? Sit in a truck all day and drive alone? Wonder why. Imagine him in an office. Put 3 people who are normal around him. I would love to see a season of The Office with Steve Curran, and you could make him whatever you want him to be. Toby, Andy, Jim. No laws when you're drinking claws, right, Dwight? I would love it. Just to see him like in an office environment trying to talk to people on the phone, about something other than like what's recyclable. So when he and his friends tried to storm the Capitol the other day, I once I caught up on that stuff, I was like, oh shit. But anybody who's like saying that it was like some coordinated crazy effort, like, come on, this is like a band of a few nuts with no plan jumping in and just trying to go ape shit. And by the way, like every video I've pretty much seen in there, aside from the one of the girl getting her head blown off, like it's like it might as well be the goddamn gift shop. It seems calm as fuck. Everyone's standing around, cops standing around. He's filming, Instagramming. It's calm. Stanchions are up. Like, it doesn't seem too fucking wild. Now, granted, the fact that people got in there, like, who knew it was that easy? If I'm China, I'm watching going, oh, fuck. Like, look, every one of those fucking nuts who, like, went into Nancy Pelosi's office or, like, said, hang Pence inside there or were, like, like, you're out of your mind. It didn't work, and now you should go to federal prison forever. And by the way, this is, talking to somebody about this the other day about what's the difference between insurrection and overthrowing a government, overthrowing a tyrannical government. And it's pretty much boils down to success, right? Like, if you're going to try to shoot the king, you better well not miss. I mean, this country was founded on overthrowing a tyrannical leader. This country was founded by fighting back to daddy. The only difference is we won, But that's why it's funny to even like anybody. First of all, the fact that they got so far is crazy. But like anybody knows, like anything past that would have seriously got shut down. Like they just nuked the fucking building before they let you get control of shit. Like they just would. And so to call it anything other than a fucking, and again, everybody who tried to steal something or go into someone's office or, walk into the fucking rotunda, walking into the rotunda, fine, whatever. People going into the actual chambers where they were, trying to get a pen or a podium, walk out with it. You're insane and you're going to prison forever. People just wandered in and wanted to see what was going on behind all that. There were a lot of like, Midwestern Texas moms and shit. If you're wandering around filming shit and you were there for a peaceful protest, the doors get broken down. Like, I'm not sure I wouldn't be in there wandering around. The problem is, like, look, if you're ever going to do that kind of a thing where you're trying to overthrow government, you got to get organized and do a better job of it. Like, you can't be some half-assed, half-cocked. Grow up, Ocasio. There's no day. This was 17 nuts with like, furs draped around. It looked like Alaskan bush people. Honestly, looked like an episode of Alaskan bush people on the Nat Geos. You try to find out. Oh God. It's hard to watch. It's hard to watch like people just adults lie. This was a coordinated effort. It wasn't. In what In what way? Dummies. They all thought Trump was going to pardon him. As if he gives a fuck. He didn't tell you to be dumb. And by the way, you know what I mean? I'm sorry. Even if, let's say he did use more direct language that you could actually point to him at and saying he incited it, which you can't. So shut up, dummies. You know, let an old man die on a fucking golf course. Imagine still being mad at Trump. Grow up. Mo Brooks did tell people to break into the Capitol. I don't know who that is. Yeah, I think if you're a public official and you tell people to break into the Capitol, fine. What if I tell people to break into the Capitol? Is that a crime? Break into the Capitol. Like, is that like what constitutes it? You know, it's almost like Minority Report. It's almost impossible. Like, well, as long as nobody does it, then it's not a problem. The minute somebody does it, well, now you started it. He's a representative for sundown cities in Alabama. Whew. I wouldn't know anything about that stuff, okay? So, grow up. Yeah, I don't know. You just gotta like look. If it was a coordinated effort, I think it would have been a little better. But it makes you wonder, like, goddamn, like they did get far for like idiots who didn't know what the fuck they were doing or have any real plan. They did get kind of like, whoa, all right. I think about getting Chris Waldeck. Do you guys remember Chris Waldeck? I want to get him. He's into stock trading. I'd love to start a stock podcast with Waldeck. It's been a bad week. It's been a bad week for the stonks. But I'd love to have that. We'll just have a fintech podcast. Maybe because I wanted to bring the Bitcoin podcast back, you know, Coinsider this. I'd love to fire that up again. I'd like to do it in a different format. I want to co-host. And you don't even have to be like, well, you have to know about Bitcoin. You need to be like interested in it at least and read some news. But it's got to be, and you know what I also want? I think it's time also we get an official co-host for this show. I would like to get a regular co-host for the Nobody Likes Onions show. Preferably a comic. And maybe we'll do some auditions. Maybe we make some brackets. We do some auditions. We have comics come in, do shows. I think it's got to be fair where we give them 2 or 3 shows a piece. At least 2 so they can find their rhythm. And we see. How about Josh Denny? Stick around for the after show. We have some very, very big surprises. You're going to love the way you Josh. Piff. Yeah, we'll get Piff. I don't want, like, here's the thing about Piff. And I actually was chatting with him on DM on Twitter. But, is this a guy, like, I don't know. Everybody throws out names. Look, everybody has like great ideas. Like, get Piff on. It's like, you have to understand, Josh was great on the show. Ansel's okay on the show. I don't think Ansel's comfortable for some reason. So, he's got his own blocks going because of the stairs. No. Come on. But, it's not always a comic who's good at this. Chef was so good at this. And, not a comic. Johnny B was great at this. Was a comic. So it's a different skill than just being a comic. But I would be interested. If you're a comic who's listening to this, you want to come in and give it a shot. We're going to be doing some rearranging of the studio here. We're going to get it set up and get it ready for guests. So, yeah, let's fucking do it and find out what works. Let's get weird. Steal Shang away from Black Pedro. I would love to do that. It's time. Shang's looking like a fucking idiot the more he hangs out with this guy. Black Pedro is a fucking blight on society. It is not. It's not good. Like nobody's really into Black Pedro. Come on. And enough's enough. I want hey Shannon back on. Gotta be Ty. No. Come on, we're looking for serious answers only, guys. Tesla. Let's talk about Tesla for a minute. Jesus effing F. This company's on fire, right? We got Elon, who's sticking it to the man with the GameStop stuff, with the Dogecoin stuff. Tesla invests $1.5 billion into Bitcoin. They've already made a shit ton of money off that. I saw an article today that said that Tesla might have made more from Bitcoin already than they've ever made from automobiles and energy combined. Because it's gone up almost 15 grand since they probably bought it. We don't know exactly when they bought it. But they come out with this new Model S and X. It's got this steering wheel. Have you seen the new Teslas? Because I've never been harder. And I'll tell you about an adventure with my car today. Let's go Tesla.com. Browser. Boom. So this is the new Model S, which is badass. If I could have any model, I think I would have the X. But when you look at the new S and X, gay, you're gay. You're gay, you old bitch. Look at this. Look at this steering console. It's like a yoke on a plane. They're actually getting in trouble. I heard they have to go before fucking Congress and answer questions about the steering wheel and whether it's safe. It's like, how about we all leave Elon Musk alone? Until he just starts killing people willy-nilly, no more questions for the smartest man on our planet, as far as we can all tell. Until someone wants to step up and challenge him. I know Bill Gates has his butt hurt real recently. You ever see Bill Gates and Elon are always back and forth, going at each other? Because Bill Gates is a smart man, but he's fucking cucked. He's intelligence cucked by Elon. Fact. You're hating on him? What is wrong with you? There's nothing to hate. This car is slick as fuck. It's awesome as fuck. They're the fastest cars in the world. They're the safest cars in the world. They look fucking amazing. And and you're going to sit in my chat room and call it gay? Get the fuck out. Cybertruck? I don't know. I got to see that Cybertruck. He's got the semis coming out this year. Cybertruck's end of the year. How are you supposed to drive at 10 and 2? You're not going to be driving. This is the point. You're not going to be driving. You're going to be glad that you have a tiny fucking yoke that's out of the way once the robots are doing everything. You look over at your fucking idiot friend. He's got a big wheel that's just steering itself. Cool car, Trevor, because his name's Trevor. They got the Plaid. This thing will be, mark my words, when that Plaid Model S, whatever the crazy one is, the fast one comes out, it'll be 1.7, 1.8. 0 to 60 in 1.8. They can't figure out how to keep their roofs glued on. You do see this. Every once in a while. There's a report, they had the other day, one of these, I think it was a Model 3. This little triangle window in the back. This little window. This little light of mine. Just fell out in the middle of a road. Of course, there's a video of it because they have surround video cameras. But I want to get one so bad. And they're going to take Bitcoin. They're going to start accepting Bitcoin for the cars, which is dope. Where are you going? I might come visit you. Okay? Might just load it up. Come for a visit. I was telling this, I just got my car back from the car store today. And I was telling the service director, I had to leave it overnight. So I had to take an Uber yesterday and Uber back to the car dealership today, which was very annoying. And it was my first time Ubering since the pandemic began. But I told him I got a haircut today, so I needed my car back by 2. It's my first haircut in a year. It's very important. I'm a big boy. I need to look profesh. They go, no problem. Here's what I took it in for. I had a recall on the car that said it could burst into flames at any moment. That seemed important, so I had that taken care of. The windshield wipers replaced, oil change, oil filter replaced, and also I had a driver's side headlight out, so I wasn't able to drive at night for the past month or so because I've had a headlight out. It's very annoying. So I take all this in. Also, underneath the car, when I was driving to Oklahoma last autumn, they a whole panel underneath my car, very low sitting car with a big panel underneath that keeps it aerodynamic, stops the air from going up into the undercarriage and the engine and stuff. It's a hybrid, so it sits low and that keeps it, sleek. How are you getting that good mileage? This whole panel like comes off in New Mexico as I was driving out there. I had to peel it off because it was scraping on the ground, making such a like peel off this like thick plasticky stuff. I don't know what it is. It's thick though. Like it's like that. And I get back. And by the way, Kathleen had just had this replaced. I was in Australia. Kathleen was driving my car around to pick up some adopted puppies, and she hit a curb really hard because she swerved out of the way to avoid hitting a school of giraffe. And she took the car in and had this whole thing replaced underneath, this whole panel replaced. So it'd been less than a year, and this thing just fell off while I was driving it. My car, I think I put 5,000 miles on last year. Almost nothing. So I take it in there and I'm like, hey, you guys replaced this panel underneath my car. It's completely off again, like fucked up. And they're like, yeah, that'll be $1,200. And I'm like, I just paid $1,200 last year to have this same thing replaced. It's a very expensive part, but for the car. And he's like, yeah, I can't do it. I'll give you 10% off, but otherwise I got to eat it. I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, well, you could have hit something. It's like, yeah, I could have, or I could have not. He's like, well, if we would have put it on wrong, it would have fallen off pretty quickly. You wouldn't have made it to like New Mexico before you noticed it coming off. And it's just like these motherfuckers, so I end up just pumping money into this car, getting all this stuff. That being said, my windshield wipers are fire. New headlight is fire. Did I mention, guys, stick around. We're going to be giving away NVMe drives. Do you know NVMe? It's a faster drive. Pull out your hard drives. You throw them in the garbage. You pop one of these suckers in. I'm telling you, it's going to speed. You're going to love the way your data flows. We're giving away 2 tonight to anybody who subscribes. All you have to do, I have a 500 gigabyte and a 2 terabyte. These are Crucial brand. They'll go in any P2. 42, 280, 280, 240, 280, 280. Where are my gamers at? You guys know the old thing, right?
Body bag!
Yeah, I want a Tesla. I really do. I'm not going to drive this car into the ground. I'll wait for it to fall apart on its own merit. I'm not in a rush. But I do want one of those Teslas. Bitcoin is on fire. Have you bought a Bitcoin yet? Are you into that? What are you waiting for? You could be like Chris Waldeck and just chase stocks like some uneducated monkey. Or you could get into Bitcoin. I tried to get you all into Bitcoin. You all called me a nerd. People laughed. It was $60. It was $60 when I brought it to you people. You all laughed. Some of you listened. Some of you got some. And I'd be glad when you're rich and you're allowed into my Bitadel. You can afford admission. It'll auto drive itself into a wall soon enough. Yep, because that's what self-driving cars do. Why is everyone's number one fear of a self-driving car it driving into a wall? I'd point you all to a very educational video made by a good friend of mine named Doomsday on YouTube called Grandma or Baby, Which One Must Die? The Automated Car Stories. Oh my God, Patrick doesn't look like a homeless Florida man. Yeah, I did. I broke down. I broke down and groomed everyone. Can you believe it? Kind of nice. Yeah, everybody's number one fear of like electric cars, they're going to like drive them into a wall. It's like, like pretty much the number one directive for a driverless car is not to hit anything. I like that you think there's some scenario where there will be a wall or a building or some large obstruction in front of the car. The car will just go, and step on it. Like, there seems to be a thing in front of us. I'll just step on it. Hey, the sensors that tell me whether or not there's something in front of the car are broken. I don't have a clue. I guess I'll just step on it. Do you think that's how they're programmed? Like, it's literally like idiots who are afraid to fly. Like, I don't know, man. I like to be in control. I just feel safer. It's like, you feel dumb. You should feel dumb all the time. Now I know why Moody thinks he's smart, I don't think you're smart, Moody. I think you're surrounded by fucking idiots. Safer than my Uber driver. Batteries catch on fire and explode. Yep. The trolley problem. Yeah. That's what I just told you. Moody, I just plugged your video and now you're like, hey, I made a video about it. I don't allow double plugs. I don't know why I'm yelling. This is all very upset. But there's a lot of people who still don't get it. I'll break this down very quickly for you. I don't know if my referral link is still set up actually. If I go to coinbase.com/coinsider this. Nope. Coinsider _this. No. I'll set it up for the thing. Because I was talking to Mikey about this, Edinburgh Mikey. He has like 0.1 Bitcoin that I told him I got him to buy in 2016 when it was around $6,000. So about $600 worth of Bitcoin then. Okay. His investment, as of today, has almost 9x'd, and it's just insane. And then he's like, oh man, thanks for reminding me. I'll get it sold this week. And I go, what? Like, why? And he's like, oh, I just like, I want to get the money before it goes down. And it's like, why do you think it's going to go down? And he just goes, like, this is the conversation I'm having with a human. He's like, well, it can't go much higher, can it? It's like, why can't it? People have no idea. Like, they don't understand Bitcoin at all. I will save it for my Bitcoin podcast, but I will tell you this. I'll have it set up by the time the show goes out. You go to nobodylikesonions.com/Bitcoin. Okay? I'll have a link set up. It's going to take you to Coinbase and get you to sign up. You're going to get $10 free Bitcoin. I'll get $10 of free Bitcoin. Let's do it. I want people to know, and this is not a lie, I buy Bitcoin every week to this day. I just bought more last night. Why? Why, Patrick? It's $50,000. You were into it when it was fucking $60. Right. Well, first of all, I've lost a lot of that. It's gone. Second of all, people don't understand this. There's not going to be any more of it. All these companies want in. What happens when other companies go, I want 1.5 billion if Tesla got it? And by the way, that's not even a fucking financial company. You know what I mean? All these fintech companies have to buy Bitcoin, and there's only so much available. This will drive the price so fucking high. I'm not like if you told me it was 500,000 by the end of this year, I wouldn't be surprised. I can't make that claim. I can't make that promise. I don't know, and don't take financial advice from me. But if you have $500 to spare, if you've got it like that, I suggest you throw $500 into Bitcoin. I don't know what you're doing. Like, throw it in now. You should have done this in 2013. And where would you be? It hasn't started yet. It might as well be $5, not 50,000. Trust me on this. It goes up. It goes up.
It goes bad.
No, it doesn't. It goes up.
And it's going to go bad.
It's not going to go bad. You're going to love it.
Hashtag Bitcoin.
Right. Tell them why, Pedro.
You know what I'm saying? That's good what it is, y'all.
I mean, you didn't really say anything. Is there a reason definitively you can tell people why they need to buy Bitcoin?
You know what it is, man.
How much do you have?
Oh,
Oh, you hear that, Shang?
Oh.
Right. These guys know about it. I'm telling you, we're still at the beginning stages. This thing is going to be parabolic. Hold on. Get you some and don't be dumb. Oh, God. You know, so yeah, nobodylikesonions.com/Bitcoin. They'll take you to Coinbase, sign up, get 10 free bucks. What Coinbase does and why I recommend them. Number one, this is something you need to know if you're going to hold Bitcoin long term. It's not safe to keep it wherever you buy it. Eventually, you're going to need to figure out how to get it off of that exchange, service, whatever it is, and get it into a wallet that you control. I know you think like, oh, I bought some Bitcoin. It's on Coinbase. I got Bitcoin. You don't. Coinbase has Bitcoin or says they have Bitcoin for you. You don't even know, right? So instead of you putting, eventually you will need to figure out how to get a paper wallet or some sort of wallet that you can control and send that Bitcoin from Coinbase or whatever to your wallet. Somebody said, I'm buying $2,000 worth of Bitcoin. If you have the money, you absolutely should. Over any stock. I'm telling you, people cannot wrap their mind. I'll help you with all that later. Get it bought and tune into coins that are this. We'll get it fired back up because I do enjoy helping people with this because I get messages from people all the time. We have real adults that listen to this program. A couple of them, they're just like, dude, I've made $2 million off Bitcoin. Like I get messages from people. They've done it. You know. I'm not one of these risky guys. We'll leave that stuff to Waldeck. Do you play in day trading and shit? Buy Bitcoin, and I'll tell you this about it too. Now, look, I'm going to say this. I don't think we're going to have the dramatic swings that we've had in the past. This last pump, I think we were hovering more around 10,000, 15,000 for a while, 16,000, and then it just pretty much ran up to 30, mid-30s, 40, hovered for a while, dropped back down to 32, and now it's 52. So, of course, this has been news. I do think it corrects. I do think it goes back down to 45, 40, whatever, organically. I don't think we see the correction anymore where it goes back to 20. It's too many companies are buying. First of all, do you think Tesla's selling their Bitcoin? They're holding it. All these big companies, these fintech companies, these big banks, they're going to buy this because they're going to start dealing in blockchain shit, Ethereum too. They're going to start dealing in this stuff, and they're going to have reserves. They're going to have to hold on to some of this. So that's going to make it even more scarce. And for people who understand scarcity, for people who understand how a finite resource increases in value due to that scarcity, for people who understand deflationary concepts of currencies, you understand that this thing is a rocket ship. Bitcoin is the most well-performing investment I'll ever have made in my life. Correct. That's Moody, And if he can do it, you can do it. You know what I mean? It's not hard. And people look at the 50,000 and Moody will back me up on this because he knows a lot about it too. And the people who know a lot about it understand it's not, people see 50,000 and they go like, I missed it. You haven't missed it. I had this conversation with somebody 2 weeks ago. Okay. And I told them to buy and they were like, you're right. I was just thinking it was already too late. And I'm like, it's not, get it. This was when it was 36, 2 weeks ago, I think. They still haven't. They just piddled around. I sent them my Coinbase link. They just piddled around. They haven't done shit. Like it's And by the way, it's up 15, 14,000 since then. So it hasn't started. Buy it at 50. I'm telling you now, if you buy it at $50,000, if you bought one Bitcoin for $50,000, and you don't have to, put 2,000 in if you have that to spare. Put 500 in. Put 25. The reason I say Coinbase, twofold. Number one, Coinbase is a reliable company based in the U.S. So at least you have a little bit of recourse, with going after them if they were to fuck you over. But also the reputation. This company, I've met the people who work there. As far as any company or exchange, I'll give them my endorsement. They seem to be good people. They're very well established in the space. We're going back 7-8 years, which is ancient in this space. It's going above 100K in this run, no doubt. If you told me it was 500,000 by the end of the year, I'd believe. Like it doesn't surprise me. It's how it has to go. Like it either goes to zero because it breaks and it's cracked or something. Like I've never said that wasn't a possibility. It's very slim possibility that elliptical curve encryption gets cracked in the foreseeable future. But because honestly, everything in this fucking world is pretty much secured by this same technology. But I don't even believe historical graphs, Moody, because at some point the crashes will stop, because the more institutional investors get in, the more established companies get in. They're not as knee jerky. They're not as paper hands, right? These companies understand. They hold on to it more, and that prevents the slipping because it stops the liquidity. The only people selling are paper hands, mush mouth motherfuckers who can't stand the heat. People who have been in this for a long time ain't freaking out when they see these dips. And neither should you. Second reason I like Coinbase, not just because they're U.S. and more secure, they allow you to do automatic recurring buys. So you can set this up daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, however you want to do it. You set up these recurring buys. This is what I do. Every week I buy Bitcoin. Every week. It's only gone up. Doesn't it have to be a viable currency for it to be worthwhile? No, it does not. It's another fictitious belief. It's a store of value. Think of gold. You can't walk down to your local convenience store and buy something with gold. They don't know how to break that out and transact with it, right? Doesn't mean your gold is worthless. Doesn't, right? It doesn't mean that. It's a store of value. Okay. Let's say this is just something banks use to send large amounts of money back and forth very quickly. Let's say it's like a $2 bill. You can walk into any bank in America for the most part and ask them for a $2 bill. They have them in stock at the bank. Okay. Not something common that the everyday person would walk around with in their wallet, yet it's still worth something, still able to be transacted with. Not a good example because that's still currency. Can't do that with gold, I understand. But think of it like that. Don't think of it just as a transactional currency. It's a store of value. It's also a technology that the whole thing is built on, the blockchain technology. It's very hard for people to understand. I understand that people don't understand it. What I'm telling you is stop fucking around. Like if you don't understand stock markets and stuff, like throw an amount of money that you can stand to lose, $100, $500, $20 a week, $20 a month. Set it up on Coinbase. $20 a month I'm going to put into an account for my family. Is that not worth it to do? Like there are people who will never do this, by the way. You know what I mean? And will be 60 years old and not own anything and get there and go, fuck. Like I thought I'd have time to time is on your side. If you had done this, if you had put $20 into Bitcoin every day since I've told you to do this, the Coinbase has done this since 2014, I believe. Coinbase will let you store it in your own wallet. Coinbase will let you send it off Coinbase to any address you wish. Correct. I think the only way they get froggy is Coinbase won't let you send tainted coins back. They have all these blockchain forensic tools that they have now. So they can tell if coins came from an online casino or a darknet marketplace. And sometimes Coinbase will reject those coins, like won't take those coins and won't cash them out for you. Obviously, they don't want to cash out coins from a darknet marketplace when they're responsible for KYC, AML regulations as well. Know your customer, anti-money laundering stuff. So they have to follow all this, when it comes to transacting real cash, fiat currency into Bitcoin and vice versa. I have it, but isn't a currency supposed to be used for commerce? I mean, yeah, but it's just like anything else. Acceptance takes time. Like, you can use it for commerce. Take out your Bitcoin right now. What do you go to Expedia and buy a trip? Go to Dell.com and buy yourself a computer. Blockchain can be leveraged in so many different applications. Here comes Doomsday. No, it can't. Blockchain hype is mostly bullshit. Cryptocurrencies are the best use of blockchain. All other implementations I've seen so far can be replaced with a normal database or a spreadsheet. Yeah, I disagree with that too. Look, I'm not one of these guys who thinks every problem's a nail and every blockchain is a hammer. But there are plenty of other applications where I think blockchain technology. The beauty of the blockchain technology is its inability to be tampered with. When you talk about anything that can be done with a normal database or spreadsheet is tamperable. Yeah, but you could put in safeguards. It's just like, yeah, but you could put in safeguards to go around those safeguards. You know what I mean? It's like the idea of a blockchain consensus is just, hey, we all see what just happened and we all agree it just happened and there's no takesies backsies on that. And that's just what it is. You know what it is? Hashtag Bitcoin, y'all.
Hashtag Bitcoin.
You know what I'm saying? That's good.
What it is. But I would like to do it. I would like to do the Bitcoin. I do like talking about that stuff. But I'd also like to do, I think, just a financial podcast with the Waldeck. Just Waldeck, though. I just think it would be great to have him in. Just a special brand of weirdo. Guys, you are in for a treat. We are not done here tonight. We are going to an overdose-only show. NobodyLikesOnions.com/overdose. Join now if you haven't. Again, exclusive Josh Denny archives tonight. We are going to be watching. Josh Denny had Ty Rivera on his show. I've already pulled down the video and saved it. If Josh is watching this live, go ahead and take it away. We already have it pulled. Okay? We're on to you. We're ahead of you. By the way, no comments, no likes on any of this stuff. Josh has 3 paid subscribers on his Locals account. He is doing content almost daily for those 3 people. So just amazing, the work ethic on this one. I think he's completely ignoring his public podcasts that probably have hundreds of listeners to make the 3 happy. One of them is me. I will not be renewing my subscription. We're very unexcited and unthrilled. We're going to get out of here. Join the Overdose. Prices go up March 1st. Thank you so much for hanging around and talking with me about all the things. We're going to have guests starting back in the studio in March. We're going to be doing Starch Sadness with Alex Ansel. All new brackets, all new food items to talk about. I'd like to just get where we order every food item into the studio and just see who dies first. I think that would be a pretty fun way to go. Would you like to hear the new Black Pedro Stonk song? We'll go to break with that. When we come back, we are going to take a little break. I got to get a drink, have a pee, have a cigarette, pack a bong, get everything ready, adjust the lights in here. We're going to go dark mode. When we come back, Ty Rivera, Josh Denny. Oh my God. Can there be a cap to the level of delusion? We'll find out. Stay tuned.
Yo, you know what it is. I'm your boy Black Pedro. I have placed my money in what few, pittance I have. I've placed in a few places in markets and crypto, and
I have some ETF bangs going, and I have some cryptocurrencies.
Oh, here we go.
Got a couple of actual stocks.
Here go.
Like I got a very, very small slice of some Bitcoin.
First of all, it's an excellent setup, as they like to say.
It's your boy Black Pedro with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'.
So I own some Bitcoin.
It goes bad.
Nobody's. We're not here to tell you what to invest in at all. That's not what this is.
And it's going to go bad.
I have invested in the market now.
Get out now.
Hashtag Bitcoin.
It goes bad.
It's more secure. You can.
What could go wrong?
What do you call it? When they bootleg, forfeit,
Exciting.
counterfeit. Sorry, there you go.
So what do you got to do about it?
Instead of working for money, the market,
What could go wrong?
cryptocurrency. If you're smart, if you're long term with it, and don't try and make risky moves,
What could go wrong?
it's an opportunity.
What could go wrong?
Constantly, daily, for your money to work for you.
The market doesn't just go up like crazy for no reason.
Maybe I need to fuck with it.
What could go wrong?
This is just, I don't know if y'all can see, like I got a very, very small slice of some Bitcoin,
Sell everything.
a few coins.
Sell everything.
I looked it up. Gold is still gold. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
And it's going to go bad. Aside from a few superstars, the public investors aren't getting particularly good returns already from these things, at least relative to other assets.
Throw $5 at that and get you .0000000 Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? Like get
So you got to be careful when it gets this far.
It was like
What could go wrong?
50 or 5 point.
It's not even going to work.
It was like 5,000 people, like 5,700 people in the room.
Is it really that hard?
Got a couple of actual stocks,
It goes bad.
a few coins.
Sell everything.
I'm gonna definitely start fucking with Bitcoin because I've been fucking with basically investments.
And it's going to go bad. But you might have missed it if you're not as plugged into what's happening.
Bitcoin is right now, like
They don't care what Wall Street thinks. Upgrades, downgrades, price target changes means nothing to them. It's just gibberish.
Yeah, I'm in the market and my money's in blah, blah, blah. It's just not typically a thing that
It goes
is
bad.
taught to us in the hood.
They don't even care about traditional parameters of valuation, like price to earnings or even price to sales.
We don't read books.
When you take the good with the bad. Sometimes you feel like doing this.
And they say, you should invest in products that you believe in.
There we go again.
This is a way to beat inflation, right?
There we go again.
also look at silver and copper. You got to think about how these commodities are used, these precious
These
metals.
supposedly can't miss ideas are becoming embarrassing.
I'm not going to be the one out here telling y'all, really what to invest in or anything like that.
And I didn't want to do this piece. This is a really great day.
If I did this, if I had the profits I have every day
It goes bad.
for the next 10 years, I will have over $1 million.
And it's going to go bad.
A lot of really old people that are rich seem happy as fuck.
You can't get rich with them.
One thing that happened today is that cannabis.
There we go again.
Today was a day in which, cannabis stocks were up. Not all of them. Certain ones were.
We've got a massive group of individual investors, and they simply don't care about the same things as the experts.
One thing that happened today is that cannabis.
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 So I do have one of the areas I have my money in is cannabis.
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 Didn't we watch this overhyped industry blow up once already?
Here's the thing.
Is it really that hard?
We're now in the beginnings of an administration that is friendly to the concept of federal legalization.
Sure, it could potentially be legalized. Maybe the financial regulations will get less punishing and be more credit, less cash. But none of that's a sure thing.
But it could move up.
Most of these weed plays are destined to be nobodies.
Yo, you know what it is. I'm your boy Black Pedro.
You're simply participating in one nutty, unsustainable moment of a part of the stock
Instead
market.
of working for money, the market, cryptocurrency, if you're smart, if you're long term with it and don't try and make risky moves,
Sell everything.
it's an opportunity
And it's going to go bad.
constantly, daily, for your money to work for you.
You know what? I'm getting nervous.
This is
There we go again.
appearing to be a big move.
Yes, it's novel. It's interesting. Except for I've seen it a lot, and it's not novel.
This morning when I woke up, it was at like 43,000 a Bitcoin.
It's not you, people. It's the beast that's making the money.
$1.5 billion.
The truth is, it doesn't matter why it's happening.
Whereas you could get 14 Happy Meals for $5 when I was 8 or whatever. But now, well, one Happy Meal is $11.95 or some shit. I don't know. I don't have kids.
And it's going to go bad.